What's good, everybody? It's Wyrmhaze, and today, guys, I'm coming to you with a brand new video, guys. This time, it is going to be a discussion on the set Apodrakosis. I think that's how you pronounce it. I realized that I did not do an overview of this kind of set, and to those who are interested, this is just going to be my opinion on it. Again, guys, like, comment, subscribe, check out socials, things of that nature, guys. But without further ado, let's go ahead and start off with the video. So again, it is they're calling it like early worm lore, tying together Lost World, Magelleancia, and early worm. Why is Lost World even related to this? But anyways, I'm not reading all that lore. Pause it if you want. You can read it long one probably. But yeah, so the first card is going to be Kaiba Rugged Apodrakosis of Dinocrag. That's a crazy name. They kind of look like mega monsters, like kaijus almost. So level 10 Earth Dino, so kind of like Mega Baby. 3k attack, 1200 defense. You can only use first, second, third once per turn. You can shuffle this card from your hand into the deck. Add one Ascension Gate of Dinocrag from your deck to your hand. So it seems like it has like its own card. So Dinocrag. So you can shuffle it into your... You can shuffle this card from your hand to deck as cost and then add one. Okay, pretty interesting. During the main phase, if 2 or more cards were destroyed this turn, you can special summon this card from your hand. You can place one face-up Ascension Gate of Dinocrag you control on the bottom of the deck. Then target cards on the field up to the number of types amongst monsters on the field, destroy them. Okay, so this is a during main phase quick effect. Summon 2. This is pretty good. If this was on summon, it would be a little cooler. But again, I don't really know. But I mean, it's an Earth Dino that can quick effect summon itself if monsters are destroyed. So, I mean, it's basically generic Dino support in that regard. And yeah, it does definitely work with Lost World. But moving on, guys, we are talking about the other one, which is going to be Yuanba Abyssal Apodrakosis of Serpentfall. So we have Dinocrag and we have Serpentfall, or the water one. So 3k, 2k, you can only use first, second once per turn. You can discard this card, add one Ascension Gate of Serpentfall. Okay, so they each have their own, which is interesting. During your main phase, if 2 or more monsters other than Serpentfall were sent from the hand and or deck to the graveyard, special summon this card. This one is if they're destroyed. This one is if it's sent from the hand or deck to the graveyard, which is probably going to be a little more practical as opposed to the other one. Turn 1, special summon this card, place one face-up Ascension Gate of Serpentfall you control on the bottom of the deck. Banish your opponent's entire hand. If you do, they... Okay, I thought it was just going to be banished entire hand, which is absolutely crazy, but draw the same number of cards. It's pretty legit in my opinion. I'm not gonna lie, like I'm really rocking with that. But moving on, guys, we are going to be talking about the third one, which is going to be Baba Champion Apodrakosis of Wyrmhaze. So Wyrmhaze, Serpentfall, Dinocrag. I like to do that just so I don't forget. So 1, 2, 3, you can only use once per turn. Banish card from your hand, add one Ascension Gate of Wyrmhaze. This is discard, banish, and shuffle. Okay, if a monster becomes banished face up while this card is banished, and there are currently 2 or more banished monsters other than itself, special summon it. Okay, so another practical effect. It's kind of got that Fluandereeze effect where, like, if it's banished and you have 2 more you can summon, you can place one face up Ascension Gate of Wyrmhaze you control to the bottom of the deck, add one card from your deck or graveyard or banishment to your hand. So this card is probably the best one, right? Banish card from your hand, and then if 2 or more monsters become banished, and there are currently 2 or more banished monsters, so I wonder if this works with like the tennies, where like if this card's already banished and then you banish an Ashuna and now you have 2 or more, if 2 or more banished monsters other than Bob. So if you have 3 tennies and you banish the third one, I wonder if that triggers. But that's really interesting. Like I don't know how good the other cards they get are, but hopefully they have them here. Okay, now we have this guy who's Yuanba Luminous Apodrakosis of Starforge. So this card is a pendulum effect monster, 2500 pen skill 0 during main phase. Okay, so the fact that it's a low skill is pretty interesting because it means that it can like more or less fit in anything unless it has like you can only pen summon whatever. But during main phase, add one Apodrakosis. Is this the pendulum effect? Yeah. During main phase, add one Apodrakosis card from your deck to your hand, except a pendulum monster, then destroy this card. So this card's really good because it works with Dinocrag, I believe. You can ritual summon this card. Oh, it's a ritual monster. By blah blah. You can ritual summon this card with Yuanba. You can ritual summon this card. Okay, whatever. Must be special summoned by its own effect. You can only special summon once per turn. If a monster on the field destroy a battle or card effect, while this card is in the extra deck, you can tribute one level 10 Apodrakosis monster. And if you do special summon this card, then you can destroy 2 cards you control. And if you do, place an equal number of continuous spells from your deck face up on the field. So you scale it, use this effect, pop itself to go ahead and add Apodrakosis, and then if a monster on the field destroy a battle or card effect while it's already in the extra deck, you can tribute one level 10 Apodrakosis monster you control, special summon it, counts as a ritual summon, then destroy 2 cards you control. This card says a monster effect is you can ritual summon this card blah blah once per turn. During main phase you can add one. Okay, so it's actually really good, this card. It's a little engine, so pop, add, and then discard. I really like this card. It seems like a pretty good engine. So this is going to be world creation. So this is you can only use first and second effect once per turn, and only once that turn, add one monster from your deck to your hand. Then you can add one pendulum monster from your hand to your extra deck face up. So add one Dracosis monster. I'm so confused. Add one Apodrakosis monster from your deck to your hand, Then you can add one Apodrakosis Pendulum monster from your hand to your extra deck. Okay. During your main phase, if you control a Apodrakosis Pendulum monster card, banish this card and one monster from your graveyard. Special one monster with. Okay, so that's a really good card. I don't know if you would play it if you're using this deck as an engine, because in my opinion, that's kind of what it seems like. I'm not sure if you would play it maybe as a one because you can search it, but we'll just see. Add one. Yeah. Just depends on how heavy you want to go. Then we have Ascension Crest of Transmigration, which is the field spell. When this card resolves, take 3 monsters from your deck, 1 Dino, Sea Serpent, Worm, add one of them to your hand, banish one other, and send the last to the graveyard. Also, you cannot special summon for the rest of the turn except Dino, Dragon, Sea Serpent, and Worm monster. So you guys can see here, so dragons, which is kind of scary, honestly, because like if dragons really have access to this. If you have a face-up Yuanba in your extra deck, you can special summon up to 3 monsters with different names, 1 from each deck or graveyard. Yikes. So you can only use first and second deck. So this is a, when it resolves, you take 3 and place them. Then if you have a face-up guy in your extra deck, so you search this. So it looks like a 1-card combo, and they're all 10s. So that's interesting, because you can technically make Varudris, which is crazy. This one, we have Apodrakosis Ascension Gate of Dinocrag. So this is what the red guy searches. You can only control 1 Gate. Okay. Monsters you control gain 300 Apodrakosis monsters. Pendulum monsters and level 10 monsters. The original type is Dinosaur. You control gain this effect. Once per turn, when the effect of a monster on the field with less than attack is activated, place 1 face up, you control bottom deck, negate the activation. Okay, so this gives the guy a negate, and you shuffle, what is it? You can place 1 face up, continue spell you control on the bottom of the deck, negate the activation. So that's cost, negate. So that's pretty good. It turns the guy into a negate, right? I wonder if all of them have that effect. So Dinocrag gives you a negate. Serpentfall says you can only control 1. Monsters cannot be destroyed by battle. Pendulum monsters, blah, blah. Okay. You can place 1 face up, continue spell you control, then target 1 card field, return to your hand. So wow. So it basically makes it so that Apodrakosis Pendulum monster and level 10 or higher monsters whose original type is Sea Serpent you control gain this effect. I wonder if this is like, so I'm not sure how the wording works, because it says you control gain this effect. It says once per turn, per opponent's turn you can quick effect. Like it says monsters you control each. So like, does that mean like every monster has these effects, or does that mean that you can only use that effect once per turn, right? Like per card, I guess, because like, is it the continuous spell or is it the monster? But and then moving on, we also have Wyrmhaze. Any monster sent from the field to graveyard during opponent's is banished instead. Wow. And then level 10 monsters once per turn you can place 1. Target 1 face on the field, change attack to 0. So you have a Macrocosmos, and like I was saying, if you place in Sword Soul, you can go ahead and get a banish too, which is pretty nasty. Honestly, like I feel like this engine's really broken. The one thing I need to make sure, and like let me know if you guys know down below, is this card says Apodrakosis Pendulum monsters and level 10 or higher monsters whose original type is Dinosaur, you control gain this effect. Place 1 continuous spell you control bottom deck, negate the activation. So like technically, if I have 3, can I negate 3? You know what I mean? But so that's it for like the initial wave support. And then we also have this card, which is going to be the new trap card. So this card says it's a normal trap card, and it is called Apodrakosis Eternal Recurrence of okay, whatever. Let's call it the trap card. Eternal Recurrence, okay? You can only use the first and second effects once per turn. Specimen 1 Apodrakosis monster from your hand, deck, or graveyard, return to the hand during the end phase. You can banish this card from graveyard, target 1 Apodrakosis continuous spell you control or in your graveyard or banishment. Place it and then draw 1 card, right? Okay. I'm not too sure like the practical applications of this, because like why would you ever be getting this card over the other cards? But this card's pretty good in that regard. But the main thing I was saying, guys, is the fact that these cards are all level 10s is probably gonna make it really nasty, because you can probably Varudris it, especially because they're like very splashable. I think the Worm card is gonna be really crazy in Sword Soul, because it revolves around if cards are banished or if you already have banished cards. And Sword Soul, you guys already know what the 10Es. Cards like Taya, Shishao, Blackout, they're always going to be banished. So I think like it has really good applications for Sword Soul, and you guys already know how I feel about Sword Soul. But again, guys, that was for my video. If you guys like kind of my overviews, my set breakdowns, things of that nature, let me know down below. Again, guys, leave a like, comment, subscribe if you have not already. Check out my socials down below as well, guys. My Twitter, my name is Hamza, like I always say. Keep on shining, never end your dreams. Peace.